Residents of Mekelle, the capital of Tigray, say the agreement for lasting peace through cessation of hostilities between federal and regional government heralds slight changes in the region.
Silencing of the guns is a more important progress of the agreement. Basic services such as banking, telecom and transportation are somehow resumed.
Now we are no longer hearing voices of heavy artillery gunshots which used to terrorize kids. Although basic services like electricity are not completely restored, there are some progresses than it was.
There are progresses in restoration of basic services such as bank, telecom than it had been.
The residents say despite some changes, IDPs are still facing immense challenges as the peace agreement is not implemented fully.
Potential areas which used it to give high economic leverage are now under occupation. The people who used it to live in these areas are now suffering in camps.
IDPs are still separated from their families and are not returned home. There are students who have been suffering from hunger and disease and are not still back to school. As all children have the right to education, they should be returned home.
Remaining unable to resettle IDPs is the major challenge we're facing now. They are enduring miserable life, being stormed by cold and hunger. There is no humanitarian aid, no medication.
The residents plead the federal government and Tigray interim administration to comply with full implementation of Pretoria agreement so as to relocate IDPs to their home immediately.
A year passed since the peace agreement was reached. By now, there is no change at all. IDPs are in hunger. Lactating women are dying. Why is there no medicine and food aid? What does the reconciliation mean for? 1 year is on since the peace agreement took place. We call the federal and regional governments to implement the peace agreement sooner rather than later.
As time goes on, many are losing their lives due to hunger. The peace agreement should no longer take beyond this.
Both the federal and Tigray regional administration should put their negotiated agreement into action.